Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the When in Seoul podcast. Danny Cho here with Bobby Choi in another wonderful episode. We are, I'm getting used to it. Like we took a break from the podcast, and the first episode, just kind of felt rusty, but I think I'm getting there now. Thanks for your help.
Good to be back.
Thanks for your help. But you know what, Bobby, you're moving out of Hongdae soon.
That is the big news in my life. I'm leaving Hongdae after 5 years because I am officially too old.
Yeah.
Too old for Hongdae.
No, you know what? I've been looking on Tinder, and there are people in their 40s still living in Hongdae. So you're not too old. But I'm kind of sad that you're leaving Hongdae.
Yeah, like...
You're leaving me, bro. I'm going to be the only person on this side of Seoul amongst all my friends now. Everyone's gone.
I'll be back. I like Hongdae. I'll probably come by a couple times a year. Something like that.
Oh, thanks for Christmas, Thanksgiving. Any things you will miss about Hongdae?
Yeah, all my Tanggol places, all the places I love to go frequent, where the owners, I have a relationship with the owners of certain restaurants and cafes.
Yeah, you get hooked up at the Yangkwachi place, that lamb skewer Ajuma loves you.
Yeah, I'm like tempted to not, I don't know. You're
not going to tell her?
Yeah, I'm not going to tell her. I'm just going to keep going back every week.
No, I think if you tell her and then you come back, she's going to be like, oh my God, I love this guy, and give you extra stuff.
Okay. There's an
what I mean?
idea, yeah.
Instead of you just keep on, it shows that you're moving farther away, but you're still coming back. You're gonna brave an hour worth of travel time to come through.
Yeah, I haven't really thought about it that far into it, but yeah, that seems like a good idea.
Yeah, you should announce it. Be like, yo, I'm out of here, but I'm gonna try to visit. And they're gonna be, oh, really? So the day you announce it, I'm sure they're gonna give you something to be like, oh, thank you for you're being a good customer.
Yeah.
And then a month later, you're like, oh, bam. Oh, 세상에. Bam. You get some more stuff, That's the move.
I'm also going to miss having, across the street from where I live, I've been doing my laundry, not in my house.
Yeah.
I've been doing it at a laundromat.
Yeah.
Which isn't very common for Koreans.
Absolutely not.
But, I just love having clothes dried in a dryer. Mm-hmm. And I'm giving that up. Unless I'll have to find a place. But I already know that there isn't one right across the street from where I'm moving to.
I never understood it because, I have actually a coin laundry place maybe a block away from my house too.
Oh, you do?
Right.
But you don't use it?
I don't use it.
Okay.
I mean, I only go to wash my blankets.
Okay, yeah.
But,
that's when I first moved to Korea, I did it the Korean way.
Yeah.
For 2 years.
Yeah.
And then...
The hang dry move.
I did it for 3 years.
Uh-huh.
And then when I moved into... when I moved to Hongdae, I did it for maybe a month.
Uh-huh.
And then... But I would walk by the laundromat every day and just, be tempted. But it's expensive, You have to add that to your monthly budget if you're going to use them.
Right.
So that goes out, a little bit of money goes out every month for laundry.
There is a Korean term called soakeng, which means finding happiness in little things.
Yeah, okay.
So that's kind of like your soakeng.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. There's certain customs that I haven't completely given into living into Korea. Laundry is one of those things. I don't like to... Right. So that and also wet floors and bathrooms.
Right.
It's just something I can't get used to. You've seen my bathroom. I use a squeegee
right,
in there.
Right.
So I'm very anal about those things.
You know what though? Your tiles in your bathroom,
Yeah.
they're flat, they're smooth, right? Mine have like indentions.
Indentions. Okay.
What do you? I mean, they have like ornaments.
Indentations?
Indentation. Dang, it's happening to me, man. It's happening to me.
Welcome to
Indentions. What
life living in Korea.
I'm a dummy, but so I can't squeegee it.
Oh, okay.
Because of the indentations. It's not a smooth surface, so you can't scrape all the water into the drain.
So you learn to live with it, with the wet floors?
No, what I do is after showers, I open the window outside, outside the bathroom, and then I turn on the vent.
Yeah.
And so I'll leave, and then within a few hours, it's dry.
It's dry.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's my move, and then obviously I have slippers for the bathroom.
Yeah, where I'm moving now.
Yeah.
My new bathroom will not have a window, so I'm gonna have to figure out a new system.
Then you gotta squeegee it, bro.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be squeegeeing.
Yeah.
As always.
Yeah.
But this is the first time I won't have a window. Yeah, in like 6 years. I'm a little scared, Danny.
I don't have a window in my bathroom, but you know what though? I live alone, so I open the door when I do my dumps.
But I'll tell you, I am moving. For our listeners, I can tell you that I am moving closer to Gangnam. I'm not moving to Gangnam. I'm still north of the river.
Okay, but
I'm closer to that area, like eastern, like Hongdae area. Do you know, like the another college area?
yeah. But wait, time out. Are you trying to point that out to say that you're like moving closer to the richer area? It's kind of like you're moving from like South Central to closer to Hancock Park, or you know what I mean, like closer to a richer area.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Are you humble bragging right now, or
no.
What are you doing?
Just in case people are interested to know where I'm going. I'm leaving Hongdae after 5 years.
I mean, you're
I'm exploring more of Seoul because when I first moved here, I lived in Itaewon. Mm-hmm. Then I moved to another part of Itaewon, to Gyeongridan, which some might say is very completely different.
Right.
From the rest of Itaewon.
It's quieter, it's cuter, it's more kind of...
Yeah, and then it got too crazy, really popular, so I got out of there. And then I've been in the Hongdae area for like 5 years now. So I'm leaving to completely opposite place. I mean, it's only like, it's not that far. It's still in Seoul.
Right.
So, but living in Seoul, every area is very different. Mm-hmm. You could go 5 minutes away from where you are, and it's going to be a lot different than where you were 5 minutes before.
I've been in the Hongdae area a few times, and I bring up Yangkochi because they have a lamb skewer alley or a street.
Yeah, it's called Yangkochi Curry. No,
I don't know what it's called, but I'm assuming so. But
골목, Yangkochi 골목.
So, are you going to try to find your?
Am I going to cheat on Mangwon Yangkochi? Is that what you're asking?
Yes. Are you going to get a side Yangkochi place? Like this is your mistress of a Yangkochi?
I'm going to try to stay as faithful as I can to Mangwon Yangkochi.
Okay.
Like they've treated me so well over the years. Whenever people visit Seoul, I always take them there. Right. And I've taken you there many times before you moved to Korea.
Yeah.
We meet there often.
Yeah, I kind of want to go today right now, dude.
Even when I went vegan, I still went.
Right. Because they have vegan options.
Yeah. So I'll try to stay as faithful as possible to as long as I can. Yeah. I guess.
Well, you know what? I face the same dilemma in terms of feeling old. I live in Sincheon, which is nearby, right? And I feel old in my area, and as do you, right?
Yeah.
And so the news topic, or not even news topic, but the article that I wanted to bring up was about the age system.
Yeah.
AKA they call it the Korean age system, or more specifically, the East Asian age reckoning.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So for at least the foreigners that don't live in Korea or are not familiar, you have your regular age, or based off of your date of birth.
Koreans would call it the international age.
The international age, and then they also have what we call the Korean age, right?
Which goes by the lunar.
Well, no.
There's multiple different ways.
So originally it was started in China, and apparently in some places in China and in Vietnam, it goes by the lunar calendar. So basically, you are 1 year old when you come out of the womb, right?
Right.
And then when you cross the Lunar New Year, then you become 2 years old, right?
Right.
So it's not necessarily based off of your actual birthday.
Okay.
Right?
In Korea, they use January 1st?
Yes, they use the regular calendar.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you were born on December 31st...
You would be 1.
You would be 1, but then the next day you would be 2.
Right.
Right.
And that opens up another whole can of worms.
Yes.
In terms of the fast year that a lot of Koreans use because they feel spited.
Spited.
Is that the right word?
I don't think spited.
They got the short end of the stick.
Yes, okay, yes.
If they were born on January 1st.
Right.
And they have a best friend that's born December 31st, the day before.
Right.
They have to treat them with respect.
Technically, it's young time, right?
Yeah.
And, you might feel spited. But according to this...
you know what? I have to tell the story.
What?
So, now that we're moving, we have to show our apartment to potential new, renters.
Yeah.
So, the other day, the 부동산, the real estate agent called and said, "Hey, we have someone that wants to see the apartment. Are you home? Can we show the place?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, bring him over."
Yeah.
And so it turned out to be like a student.
Okay.
That came with this. It was this young student with her dad. And they were apartment hunting because she was going to school around the area. Yeah. And so I opened the door, and as you know, my place is really small.
Right.
And it's not exactly, spacious. But for students, come on.
Right.
She steps into the apartment and takes one look and walks straight back out. It's like, it's too small. And so here I have, I don't know how old she is. She's 18, 19 Korean age. Right. Oh my gosh. I felt, I don't know. It made me feel two things. It made me feel really crappy because here I am, 42 years old, Korean age. And a 19-year-old that has not hit, who's not a part of society.
Right.
They're, my place wasn't up to standard for them. So, and then the other way I felt was, I'm finally moving on to another apartment without a bathroom window.
Yo.
Oh, man.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I've been trying to leave the house when they're showing the apartment because I don't need.
You don't need.
I don't need bad. these young kids.
These little sheckies.
Yeah, these sheckies coming up in my spot and being like, "Yo, man, your place is whack."
That's hilarious, man. You know what? Like, you know, I don't know. Maybe you should be here and be like, I know this place is small.
Yeah. No, I was trying to like upsell the place. I was like, no, come on. Like, you haven't seen you have seen everything. But she didn't even bother to look in the bathroom. She's like, you know what? That's good enough. It's like, but you didn't see the refrigerator on the balcony. Like,
oh my God, dude. That's so funny. I mean, you know, I don't know. I mean, as maybe for a student, this is okay. But you know what it is?
Yeah, I mean, come on, like my place, it is meant for students, I think. It's
right.
A lot of small apartments, a lot of just one-room apartments. I get it.
Right.
But I've lived in apartments all my life, and living in New York.
Right.
That was just the way I grew up. I'm used to apartments. I'm used to small spaces. I make the most of it. Mm-hmm. And yeah, and I'm going to make the most of living in a new apartment with no window in the bathroom. So
dang, it's really a thing for you, man. No, well,
moving on with speaking of ageism.
But the reason why I wanted to bring up this thing is that apparently Korea, according to this article from nextshark.com, Koreans may ditch the age system. The system has origins in China, but today it is commonly used only in Korea. That may soon be coming to an end, however, thanks to a proposal submitted by Hwang Jae-hong of the Party of Democracy and Peace. The bill will establish a law requiring the international counting system to be used on all official documents and encouraged for use in day-to-day life. So apparently the Korean age legally can be used, like for example, in terms of counting your drinking age. So the drinking age is 20, but you can use your Korean age. So technically you can be
17 and drink.
Yes.
Because you're 19. Your international age would be 17 in Korea. Right. But your Korean age would be 19. So technically, and legally, you could drink.
It's possible, right? Yes. So that kind of sucks for the kids, right?
Well, now I kind of want this to happen by the time that girl that rejected my apartment, you know, before she turns 19, you know. So she turns... if she's 19, then she jumps back to 17 and she has to wait 2 more years to drink.
So she's going to be sober in a bigger apartment? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, gosh. Man.
No, but that is interesting because, you know, the establishment of Korean age in terms of social settings is very important here. You know, and I think we probably, you know, discussed this in a previous episode, but just overall, for me, I still have a hard time calling people hyung. Clearly, we've established that I don't call you hyung.
Yeah, and you don't need to.
I won't. Like even if you, dude, I've known you for more than 10 years. I've never called you hyung. You think I'm gonna start now, like just because we're in a new country? So, you know, for a lot of foreigners, they might have a difficult time calculating their Korean age. Yeah. So we've actually found a Korean age calculator online.
Yeah. So if you are listening to this podcast and you think you're curious about your Korean age, go ahead and check online. There's a converter on wegugin.com. Yeah. Or just Google it. I'm sure it's like, what's my Korean age?
Yeah, but ultimately,
it's easy to figure out though. We could walk you through this.
Yeah,
too.
But ultimately, I feel like it's almost impossible. I don't know if it's impossible, but for your Korean age and your nominal or your regular international age, to be the same, right? Because automatically you're 1 when you come out the womb, right? So
I mean, the whole thing makes it. I think this is why Koreans are good at math, because they're constantly having to do math when it comes to aging, like the age system. And that's the first thing that you talk about when you meet someone new. They always ask your age. Right. They ask, all the stuff that requires math. Yeah. Not only because they ask what year you were born.
Right.
Rather than what day you were born.
Right.
Right? And so instead of saying, hey, how old are you?
Yeah.
Why can't, I mean, it'd be much more easier if they said, hey, how old are you? And you're like, I'm 40.
No, but actually, they do ask how old you are.
Oh, and people respond with the year.
But we go, all right, here's a little math problem, kids.
Oh, right.
Right.
You have a bit about this, actually.
Yeah.
I think that's where I'm coming up with it.
Yeah, because I'm confused, right? The bit is, in the States, if you go, hey, how old are you? You go, I'm 40 or I'm, 36 or whatever, right? Yeah. But here, how old are you? And be like, well, I was born in 1978. Mm-hmm. And that makes the person go, okay, well, let's see, I have to carry over the one. And now if you're in Korea, well, then you have to add another one, and,
It's like you asking for someone for the time.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, it's 2,200 hours. And it's like... Can't you just tell me it's 8 o'clock? It's 8:13.
Yeah, you jack. Oh yeah, it's kind of like, hey, so what's your name? Well, it's 5 letters. And it starts with a B, ends with a Y. Bubby.
But it's age is such an important thing to Koreans. I understand it more now that I've lived here so long, but. It is a problem. It could cause a lot of problems.
Right, because, ultimately, if you are the same age, then they just say we're 친구s, we're friends.
Yeah.
So, because, you don't have to, there's no 형, 동생 thing. We don't, there's no two-hand stuff. There's no, hook your head to the side when you drink. You don't eat first. That kind of stuff, right?
And also, it makes it harder for you to actually have friends that are older than you. Like friends that are, let's say, that are 20 years older than you. Mm-hmm, back home in the States, I had friends that were 20 years older than I was. Or 10 years.
I was like 20 years.
I mean, if you had a neighbor that wasn't like a grandfather, but he was hip and cool and you loved talking to him, you would consider that person your friend.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
That kind of statement wouldn't fly so easily in Korea. Oh, that 할아버지 is my friend.
Yeah.
제 친구예요.
Yeah. They'd be like, what?
할아버지 제 친구죠.
Yeah.
That's probably the first time that sentence has ever been said.
Clearly, it's the first time you said that sentence too. That's, and on top of that, if you're older, then there's some sort of kind of innate respect that's kind of not even respect, but at least terminology wise, in terms of calling someone 형, 누나, or like 오빠, 언니, that kind of I don't want to say responsibility, but there is some sort of a show of respect for the elders, right? So you know how a lot of people don't want to be older. If you ask somebody, would you rather go by your Korean age or by your international age? Mm-hmm. Most people would say their international age because they want
to be young. Yeah, everyone wants to be younger.
Right. But then the kind of the older you are, you do gain respect here.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah. That also exists too. Which is a good mostly it's a bad thing, I think, but I totally understand it. I think because a lot of people think I'm younger than I am because I have such radiant skin, I guess.
Radiant?
I don't know. I look young, okay?
Okay.
So people have treated me differently. But people treat you differently when they think you're younger. Mm-hmm. I mean, to be fair, this has happened to me in the U.S. as well, growing up, because I repeated the first grade. I remember we lived in Jersey one year. We moved from New York to New Jersey when I was in the first grade. And I remember them making me take an exam at the new school in New Jersey. And they're like, oh, why don't we just... They basically said, you should start over again. Made me take first grade again. So I was the oldest kid in my class up until college. I mean, all through school, through college, I was always like a year older than everyone. And I remember when this made me kind of like live with a chip on my shoulder. In like junior high school, I liked a girl that was a grade above me.
Right.
I think she was in 8th grade. I was in 7th grade.
Okay.
But in my mind, I'm like, we're the same age.
Right.
But she's like, no way am I ever gonna date an underclassman. And I remember that just being like, this is BS.
You were like, BS. No, I mean...
so I live with that a lot, too. I mean, Pedro and I, my best friend from childhood, were the same age, although he would...
He's going to hate you.
He's going to hate me for bringing it up. But I would always, but he was he was always a grade above me.
Oh, so you are, wait, he's a grade above you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, and we went to high school together, and you know all the stories.
Right.
He wouldn't talk to me in school.
Yeah.
But it had more to do with, not because we weren't in the same grade.
Yeah.
Though that also probably had something to do with it. It was because
He wasn't cool.
He wasn't allowed to talk to Asians because it would make him look less
like less from
cool.
the hood, and you know what I mean. That kind of.
I mean, like I don't know. Yeah, that was just his rule.
No, I mean,
but every time I would, Pedro and we would hang out and stuff. I'd always make it a point to tell people, "Hey, we're the same age. Don't treat us differently."
Oh, okay.
So maybe that's my Korean blood feeling spited.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm sure you've had experiences even in the States that where because you look abnormally younger than your age, like it was a detriment to you. It
also happened in my professional, like after college, after I started working in Los Angeles. I forget how old I was, but I was already out of college. I was probably like 25, 26, and I was working as a clerk at a law office. And I remember 2 years into my job, I found out that I was getting paid less than someone that had the same job title as me at work, essentially the same amount of time as me, because they thought I was much younger than him.
Oh, really?
So that kind of thing that's ageism.
Yeah.
Like I could technically have sued, I guess.
Was it a Korean company?
But I didn't. No, it wasn't. Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't. Anyway, but that kind of thing I've lived with because of looking younger, I guess, and in Korea, it's the same thing. I feel I have kind of that chip on my shoulder.
Like people will probably treat you like you not a kid, but they'll treat you like you're a younger person, and then when they find out your real age, they'll be like, "Oh crap!" And then they'll 90 degrees bow to you and like
that's happened to me in Korea. Yeah, so I understand where age fighting for being older sometimes is that stigma exists. Yeah. I mean, if you take it all away, then we're all that. It doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, but
so
I'm the different. I'm the opposite of you, because people think that I'm older than my actual age.
Yeah.
And so everyone 90 degrees bows to me first.
Yeah.
And then
that's why you get carded at clubs when we go together, and they don't card me.
Yeah, they'll be no.
The other way around.
In the U.S., you get carded, and then they won't card me because they think you're under 21.
Exactly.
And they'll be like, "All right, Baldy, get in there, right?"
Yeah.
And then here we both are over the age of getting into a club in Hongdae, I think.
Right.
Yeah. No, but like I don't correct people because I have people older than me that think we're the same age, and I don't correct them in terms of like,
But I do like, a lot of foreigners that live here. When they tell people their age, they go with the international age.
Yes.
Especially with each other, we all tell each other our international age. Yeah. But every now and then, I say my Korean age, and I forget. Because I'm just used to it, or I'll I just want to make sure that I'm not, anyway. It's also opposite for you because you skipped a grade, right?
No, I didn't skip a grade.
You didn't skip a grade.
My sister did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But I was still kind of on the younger end of I was, my birthday's in September. So, even that matters though, like when your birthday is in the calendar. I mean, I think I don't know if it's a scientific thing, but according to Malcolm Gladwell's book, Outliers, he talks about like the Canadian hockey leagues and how most of the all-stars of that, of those leagues were born from January to March, but more specifically January and February, because they got to excel because they were older for their age.
Yeah. Right, exactly. So like in their school year, they were the biggest kids in their class.
Right.
They were all the same age.
Technically, yes.
Technically for their grades and stuff like that, but they tended to be a little larger than the other kids or taller because they had that much more time to grow. Yeah,
they had that
in those formative years.
Yeah, they probably like the 6 to 7 months extra where they can get bigger, they can play, they probably had more chances to play hockey, they were bigger. You know what I mean?
Now,
like
this is why I know I was very unstudious because I was the eldest kid in my class always, but I was still a B student. Shouldn't I have been a little more?
Well, I mean, I could have told you that when you said you failed the exam.
Yeah.
Right? Like, yeah.
I mean, in first grade though, like I was sitting there, I remember taking that exam and be like, what's this? What's a test?
Yeah.
But it might have also been the fact that the New Jersey school system that I went into was better than the New York public system that I was going to before that. I don't know. I've tried to figure this out in my head many times over the years because at least when I was younger, I felt like, man, I got left back a grade.
Yeah.
When I told people that, it was almost a secret.
Yeah.
Because I felt like what if I told someone that, they'd think I was stupid.
Yeah.
And now that I look at you, you're looking at me like I'm stupid.
No, not really. When I heard it, because this is the first time I heard it actually, I go, that makes sense.
It's funny that you bring up the Malcolm Gladwell book Outliers. It's interesting because he also singles out Koreans in that book.
Right.
Specifically Korean Air and the way that Korean pilots and co-pilots spoke with each other in the 80s, and because of that age hierarchy. Age
hierarchy, but also kind of just position hierarchy, right?
Right.
Which kind of ties in with the next kind of topic or article, and it's regarding 갑질. Right, 갑질 means the abuse of power, right?
Yeah.
But just overall, just the idea that you have superiors, and you have to, at what lengths do you, as a subordinate, do you have to follow your superior, right? Now, even in the States, like
kiss in the boss's butt.
Yeah.
Or like
but like even in the States, like in a corporate setting, you do have bosses, and they'll tell you to do stuff and you got to do it, right? But it is work related most of the time. It's not like, hey, go get me some coffee. You know what I mean? Like there's, I mean, like let's say
it can be depending on
an intern, right, or things of that nature, right, or like PAs on a movie set, right?
Sure.
Things like that, because they are at the bottom of the totem pole in terms of the structure, right? But 갑질 is almost where it becomes out of control, where it is almost like you're treating your 갑 means like the top, like you're the superior, right?
So it's a abusal of power.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And so, but regarding the Korean Air situation or example that Gladwell put up, it's not full-blown 갑질, but it's more along the lines of culturally the subordinate couldn't tell the pilot. So, in the cockpit, there's a pilot and a co-pilot, right? So the pilot is, the boss pretty much, right? And so there were moments where the pilot was not doing the right moves, and the co-pilot could not fully tell him, yo, you're screwing up, or you should do this or that.
Right.
It's kind of like, oh, okay, well, I mean, he was very passive aggressive about saying stuff like that. So
a lot of planes were crashing in the 80s for Korean Air. They had a really bad record.
Right. And they were gonna like their rating was gonna go down, and so they had to do like a revamp. And apparently now all the training is done in English.
Right.
I mean, even the Korea soccer team in 2002, the coach said, "Don't call each other hyung. Don't do 존댓말 to the players.
You have to treat each other as equals,
right? Because there's 선배s in the soccer, thing too, right? So you gotta call them 선배님 or whatever.
Yeah.
But they were like, nah, like none of that on the field, right?
Especially in life or death situations like a airplane cockpit.
Yeah.
Making sure everyone addresses each other as equals is very important.
Right.
Because if you're afraid to challenge someone's bad decision,
right,
that's a life and death.
Right.
Kind of, yeah. You don't want to be the person to not say something.
Right.
Because of an age difference.
But like for example, 갑질 would be the key family. Speaking of Korean Air, it's funny we bring it up. What a tie-in, right? But the Cho family of the I don't think we're the same Chos, but the Cho family of Korean Air. A while back, the eldest daughter she threw a hissy fit on a flight regarding peanuts, right? Mm-hmm. And so that was an interesting one. But then earlier last year, the youngest daughter was so enraged at some sort of meeting that she threw a cup of water at an ad exec or like a subordinate.
Yeah, I'm reading about this now.
Right.
Yeah, the famous Nutgate.
Yes.
As somebody put, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah, that's
I'm looking right now at a definition of 갑질. Mm-hmm. It says it refers to the arrogant and authoritarian attitude or actions of people in South Korea who have positions of power over others.
Yes.
Further, it is a phenomenon associated with the hierarchical nature of Korean society and work culture, a structure which results in the societal, social superiority of those with higher wealth. And I cannot read out loud very well. My bad.
You should go watch. There's a clip on YouTube, mm-hmm. Floyd Mayweather reading, mm-hmm. and then you'll feel terrible about yourself.
I've always been bad at reading out loud, though.
No, but so yeah, like I see it a lot. I mean, there's so many examples of 갑질 in Korea, especially with these chaebol companies. Like there was, I mean, I don't even know who it was, but I think it was some politician, right? Mm-hmm. And like he's coming out of the airport, like the arrivals gate.
Yeah, yeah.
And then he just rolls his luggage like, yo, you know.
I saw a GIF of that.
Yeah.
Is it a GIF or
yes.
GIF?
I don't know what the graphic.
GIF or GIF.
Yeah.
GIF.
Yes.
I saw that. It's a funny one.
It's funny.
But if you think about it,
yeah.
it's like, dang, that really sucks.
Yeah.
That's a terrible.
Yeah. He's basically saying, hey, Bia, take this, right?
You carry this.
Yeah.
Right.
But, the Cho family, mm-hmm. Like the mom and the two daughters have both been accused of some form of action of 갑질, right? Mm-hmm. From the oldest daughter, throwing a hissy fit about bad service at her own on the own plane.
That was the macadamia nuts.
Yeah, you didn't put it. You gave it to me. You didn't put it in a bowl, or like she was throwing that kind of hissy fit.
She made them turn the plane around,
right,
to kick that flight attendant off the flight, and then causing the plane to delay,
right,
all because of this bag of nuts.
Yeah,
which is ridiculous.
Yeah,
which is So
now the second daughter, she threw a hissy fit and threw a cup of water at somebody, right? Mm-hmm. And now okay, I mean, there's news footage of the mom hitting some like developer person with a hard hat. Like I've seen that too,
She later apologized, saying that the outburst was sparked by her passion for commercials. So I guess her excuse was she's so passionate about her job that it made her throw water. I can see that. I'm really passionate about having windows in my bathrooms.
So did you throw water at the real estate agent who showed you the non-windowless bathroom?
Hey, I was pretty pissed off at that girl who rejected my apartment without even checking out the bathroom. If I had a cup of water, maybe I would have thrown it at her. But here I am, I'm saying, take away 2 years from her life so she doesn't get to drink. We've all made stupid mistakes. Mm-hmm. We've all done, I don't know, at least I have. I'll admit to doing, thinking, saying, having done despicable things in my life. Right. The good news is that I don't want to repeat my mistakes. I don't think that I'm a bad person. I think I can change. I can become a better person. And I hope that these Korean era executives and family members, that they take it to heart and they treat people better. They don't throw water. They don't have a hissy fit over their nuts not being in a bowl. Right.
But you know what? This is not the only case. There's another one fairly recently, and this is not even... Okay, so it's the daughter of the president of Joseon. It's a what do you call it? A publishing / media conglomerate, right?
Yeah.
And the daughter was like 11, 10 year, like a kid.
Yeah.
Was 갑질ling to her driver.
Ooh, okay.
And the driver recorded the stuff, and it was stuff like, hey, this is why are you so terrible? blah blah blah. I'm gonna tell my dad to fire you. I'm gonna get you fired. You got to do this. So I also believe. Oh, okay. It's an 11-year-old kid. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm not excusing that behavior, but what I'm saying is that given that there's this innate structure of kind of you got to respect.
Yeah. They see it at an early age.
Right. Then
very...
Yeah, then you're entitled, you're spoiled to kind of be like, yo, I'm gonna be this snobby little kid.
So she got that attitude. It brushed off on her.
Yeah.
From seeing that kind of behavior in her own family.
Right.
Yeah. It's a shame,
But that's the problem. I think is that stereotypically, for example, I mean in the States we have happy hours, right? For companies, hey, let's go to happy hour.
Yeah.
The boss will come in and throw down happy hour for everybody or whatnot.
Yeah.
But in Korea they have hwesiks.
They have hwesiks
with superiors and whatnot. Mm-hmm. But before, and they say it's slowly changing now, but before, everyone had to go. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. Even if you didn't want to, you had to go and pretty much show face and make sure that, you're a team player and you can party and whatnot and make sure that you're respectful and, just do basically what the superior wants you to do. I'm told that culture is slowly changing, right? But even in the States, when I was a consultant, when I first got into the company, the first year, I did just what I was told to do, my work.
Yeah.
I didn't really mingle with my coworkers that much. I just did just what I was told to do. That first year, I almost got fired. Not because
they expected you to go do more than what you were required to do. Is that what you're saying?
Like, yeah, I mean, it was like my work wasn't bad, you know. Everything was, you know, by the book.
Yeah.
But ultimately, they wanted me to
be more proactive.
No, just kiss butt.
Oh, okay.
You know, just don't be a machine and just be like, all right, well, here's your work, clank, 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 done. All right, I'm out of here.
And it wasn't a Korean company.
No, it was an international company. And so one manager pulled me aside and said, hey, man, if you want to like do well and get promoted fast, then you gotta kiss the right butt. Not every butt. You gotta kiss the right butt, and you gotta ask the right questions, and you have to you know, like be chummy with these, you know, stuff.
And that's why you became a comedian.
Yeah. I was like, I can't kiss butt like that. Well, unfortunately, even in my job now, I have to kiss butt.
In your job now as a comedian?
Yeah.
You mean in your company?
Yeah, like it's not, my job isn't just to tell jokes. It's like I have to network with people.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like I've had to meet some production company recently that, you know, they do big dramas and they want to work with me.
Yeah, you have to make a good impression on
Yeah.
on everyone you meet.
Yeah, but I don't want to like have to almost like be obligated to hang out with these people.
Yeah.
But when they call and be like, hey, man, like, what are you doing? I'll be like, oh, what do you need, bro? Like, you know, that's the kind of...
Well, it would be where, in the kapcheo situation, if someone, let's say, you're potentially going to work with, and you know they're older than you,
Yeah.
I wonder if in Korea, let's say, it was reversed. You're going to work with someone, they're younger than you. Do you automatically have something over them where if you decide to work together and you were Korean, they were Korean?
Well, it's not an older thing at that point. It's who has authority, right? So, for example, if
who's paying?
Yes.
Like where the money is coming from.
Right, absolutely. Okay. You know, so like, let's say the CEO of a production company is younger than me.
Yeah.
You know,
Like,
he's still the cop. You know, like the CEO of my management company is younger than me.
Okay.
You know? So he is, not just because he's younger than me, but his position, it makes him the cop, you know?
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
I not to go back too far, but we're talking about the macadamia nuts. For Christmas, I was at a party, and they were they were doing a raffle. So everyone would walk away with a gift that night. But we still did the raffle based on, and then your number being called, and I pulled, my number got called, I went up, I got a gift, I opened it up in front of everyone, and it was macadamia nuts. And I remember saying, the first thing that came to my mind was, I mean, these are all Korean people. Yeah. So I was like, 이거 뭐예요? 이거 접시에서 줘야지요.
Did they get it?
Like 2 or 3 people laughed. They're like, okay. Yeah. And the rest maybe was just too far back. I don't know. I forgot to tell that story earlier, so I was just dying to tell that because I just want to let you know I'm very witty. And anyway, moving on.
I like how you just force your wittiness down my throat, like.
What I'm doing here is I'm older than you, so I can do whatever I want.
Yeah.
Right. So you have to take it. You have to listen to it. That's kapcheo, right?
Oh, kind of. Yeah.
So
it's an abuse of power.
Abuse of power
of my soul and my ears right now.
So I just wasted a good minute of your life by telling that story.
Well, let's not waste any more time for our listeners. Thank you guys for listening. Yeah. If you have any questions, comments, just say hello. Email us at peninsulapod@gmail.com or leave a comment on bbang or iTunes or wherever the heck you listen to the When in Seoul podcast. Talk to you later.
See you next time.
Today